Okay, thank you, sir. So I wanted to work on the uh, newsletter project. And for the newsletter project, there were a lot of inputs like you need to scrap various multiple websites for starting as a first step. So I said, okay, how do I start with? Because I don't have any, I mean, programming, yes, one can do a programming and create a AutoGen framework and write all your Python code in it. But I came across this tool called N8N, which is a very impressive tool in my opinion, because it's like it's telling that you don't need to code. All you need to do is there are all these connectors available in that N8N. So I installed that N8N on my local host. It's a Node.js based package. It is very straightforward. So I'll let me give a demo first so that you will understand. So here I am giving a demo saying how many tables are available in my database. As I was showing you, I have in my database. So this is text prompt, and how many rows are there? How many rows are in document table? So it will dump you the count of the rows, or sometime it will yeah. So 84,000 rows are in the table. So then I went forward, and let me take you to the next incarnation, or let me show you workflow. So how it is this workflow that I started with: chat with a database using AI. Then another workflow is AI scrap and summarize web pages with AI. So I'll explain you this workflow. So you just put all these connectors, say fetch SA list, extract SA name. So let's start with this, understand this. So Paul Graham article, this is a website, paulgrahamarticles.com. So there is one URL, get URL. There is no authentication needed. Then the second step is extract SA name. So here it goes through HTML content and generates an SA name. So let's run it. Each steps it will do, execute it, connects to OpenAI, goes through all 226 items, summarize it, and workflow is done. So let's see what is the workflow. So workflow is it connected and it dumped all the SA names. Okay. And then second item is extract SA names. So all this is nothing but a code which is available as a connector. So you are coding it as a connector. They have 3,000 plus connectors. So outrageous. So all this HTML name it extracted. Then it splits out the item in HTML. Give this each item to different head or different executors. And then there is this summarization chain. So here it summarizes all these essay articles. And then merge all the title and summary. Combine, merge by position. All this is done by just connectors, drag and drop, and write a code. Very similarly, there is another thing called like for an example, if you want to do we were been told, right, last project memory LLM, it has you create conversation agent, you create a LLM, and it will connect that LLM, store all the setup. Let me take you to the example configuration. Here I am creating an workflow. I'm adding a first step on app event. So these are the different like items where you can connect it. Let's say GitHub, on check return, on check suite, on create. So all this code or all these actions is triggerable, and from list repository owner, you just put your credential, create. Whenever new GitHub repository is created, this get triggered and it will pass on. One of the workflow I came across is that AI power automatic stock analysis. This is what Asif sir wanted to us to do. Like there is a senior analyst working on it, and then it delegates the work. Then researchers are working on it, and then all these inputs are combined, and then they draft report, then they polish report, then they create report. So let's read what are the prompt they are giving. So here is the prompt. Sorry.
Is it based on AutoGen or is their own workflow?
No, it is based on the chat. It has its own connector pieces,
Okay.
and it is giving an instruction to the OpenAI.
Equivalent to AutoGen.
AutoGen, yes. So let me zoom in further. So here it is saying that you work as a senior analyst in Goldman Sachs. Your task is to break down the report, write the title, write the subtitle. This analyst report will be comprehensive, detailed instruction. So this is its input prompt, conclusion pay, and then output prompt, simplify output, connect output. So that this is plan team for work, do detailed research. You are a research analyst for finance industry. So this is very similar to what Asif sir wanted us to do, that in each individual role, you specify as an instruction, and then you collect the output, and then insert data, create a merge output. So here, this is also a merge output, combine all select output, then draft report, polished report, another message model, saying you are detail-oriented senior editor known as input, insightful, engaging articles. Your task is to paraphrase draft report accordingly. All this is available as a tool to work, as a connectors to work. This is, yeah, and you can add those samples. You can understand the code behind this. And the sample, you can just modify and say, I want to make it for the web, the newsletter ad. And you put all these pieces, give a different instruction for the newsletter, and entire your flow is ready.
What is the tool called?
N8N. So let me execute this workflow. This is really interesting to execute this next workflow of a scrap AI power automated stock analysis. So I am running, I gave him my OpenAI key, and I gave him my document key. So it is running that, talking to OpenAI. Yeah, that is this my demo. In the end, I mean, it would take like 30 seconds to run because it has to go through a lot of papers.
So Prakash, can we use instead of chat GPT or thing, we can use some other custom LLMs and your own LLM?
Yes,
You can do.
yes. I'll show you on N8N website. You can add a custom, like here, DevOps. You can connect to Mistral cloud chat model. And
Oh,
this is
nice.
the second point. So for an example, DevOps, you get a diff from GitHub, analyze get diff with Mistral cloud chat model. Then this is your memory that, last Saturday bootcamp, we were learning about memory. I played one example with memory. It remembers the thing.
Oh, nice.
Then understand GitHub PR, format diff, comment on issue, problem detected, send message in the public media Slack channel. So, yeah, sorry.
Is it their own orchestration?
Yes.
Do you know if they're using any of these?
No, this is their own orchestration and workflow library. But yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. So so result came up until here, role assistant, and let me.
Pretty good. All that remained was to
Write it into the document. But this is its result.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so what I see in future, what is going to go on,
I don't
is
need to write AutoGen code.
yes. We don't need to write AutoGen code, and
You guys are writing AutoGen code.
the future data analyst or whatever,
No code, no.
they will use this kind of tool
Tools.
and get.
AutoGen is the AutoGen studio. Yeah.
But it is not as rich as this N8N.
You know,
Yeah.
Zapier has
Yeah,
Zapier
Zapier.
Central.
Yeah.
Which is almost like this also.
Yeah.
Zapier Central is their hub that.
But Zapier is a cloud base, and what I wanted is if I can make use of this as an open source into my company.
Yeah.
So this is I install on my local host. I'll show you on Docker.
So it's free up to some level.
Yeah.
So is it a freemium model or it is totally free?
It is, I'll give you their information. So this is my local host running 5678. So I think Subrata was looking into the expensive or enterprise license, right? Subrata,
Yeah,
what?
so you can do, completely as a pass mode also, but there is a pricing model they have given. What is the price?
Prakash, what you're showing is free. Is this a free one?
Yes, for what I have used is a free one in install on my local host.
And they have 300 connectors. So what Prakash was showing, you can connect, the drag and drop connect, right? So
Wow.
it's amazing.
That's the beauty of workflow tools.
Yeah.
You see the whole power of it.
Absolutely.
We can't hear you, Asif.
So it's a node code. Sorry. So there is
No, sorry, I need to get out of this. I mean, Prakash, you should get out of this.
yeah, I
Get
am
out.
out. Yeah. So on their N8N instruction, there is a node. You need to install node 20 npm 20, and this web page is a node